personal reading code. Plutonium73 is the reading code. All right, we've got a unilome here. This is going to be important for you. It's the path of enlightenment. This client wants to know what exactly the ancestors, the spirit guides, the Most High would like Plutonium73 to know. So when I was looking for this card deck, because I was called to pull out the Shaman's Oracle deck, which is talking heavily about the path of enlightenment, healing, and your journey ahead. So first and foremost, you do sit in the upper world a lot. You get a lot of downloads. You may get visions sometimes that you think are just thoughts in your head, but they're actually visions. You may not realize it, but you may get prophetic messages. Now, with those type of gifts, it's a funnel. It's a giant pile of information. You have to learn how to put it into a tunnel of information that's streamed, where you pull out what's necessary at a time. This is very difficult to learn, and it takes a lot of time, but it may help you to understand that you just have to figure out how to categorize things properly in your brain. Your brain is like a computer, but when you receive messages, when you receive downloads, which is just data dumps of information that pertains to your journey, that may be signs and synchronicities for you, messages from your spirit team, it can be very debilitating when you don't know how to create a tunnel of information. This is the same thing that Nostradamus and Einstein had issues with, figuring out how to organize and categorize and compartmentalize the data, the visions, the information they were receiving. Your brain works very similar, whether you know this or not. This card, Protect Your Energy. Also, there's a bird here, but a dragonfly is what's significant. I already got signs and synchronicities about a dragonfly in the last 24 hours. A dragonfly is going to be significant to you. You're going to be in a situation where you're going to see a dragonfly, and it's either going to be a thought in your head, something you're looking at, or someone near you that's going to be a sign and synchronicity for you to take a deep dive further. Listen to your gut. Your ear may even ring at this moment, or around the same time frame that you see this dragonfly, but it's heavy with protecting your energy. So your ancestors and your spirit guides are calling you to protect your energy a lot more. This will also help with outside influences, especially when it comes to evil eye or people's thought processes regarding you. So let's see what else you need. Plutonium73. Mystery. Yeah. These downloads are being sent to you, these visions, this information, these thoughts. It's being sent to you because there's something you're supposed to be uncovering about your own life path and your own journey. Now, it feels as though it's taken you a lot longer and to kind of understand these things about the way your mind works and work through them. You've had a very tangled web. Your life path is very tangled. As is with a lot of people that are either prophets, oracles, shamans, it's a very debilitating path sometimes, understanding our own minds, especially when your mind is searching for a mystery, a clue to uncover. There's something about I almost wanted to say lineage, so that's probably the right path. There's something about your lineage that's very important for your journey, not just how your mind works. Mastering your own mind is actually what's going to launch you. It'll be your rocket launch. It'll be the thing that clicks you out of thinking that your brain, your mind, and the way it works is a problem. You may have also suffered with aggression throughout your life, and it's because it's like there's all these jumbled thoughts. It's like your computer, your hard drive it needs the cache cleared because there's too much in there. And it's almost like it can pour out as aggression. If you're not exercising, 155 on the timer, 5s are going to be relevant for you too. They're going to be signs and synchronicities. Exercise, especially lifting weights, running, any sort of cardio will help really transmute that energy from your body, those extra thought streams. Thoughts, emotions, all of it, aggression especially, it's energy in motion and it needs a place to escape. It could really help you if you're exercising, lifting weights, or running. And doing it on a daily basis will kind of help with that. It looks like you've done a really good job, though, getting out of this kind of lower self mentality. You're working towards a higher vibration, which is getting your body aligned, mind, body, and spirit. And you do seem to be listening to your higher self lately, whether you know it or not. You listen to the guiding messages. Sometimes you second guess yourself a lot, and it's just, you need to gain the confidence in yourself that you are, in fact, on your own journey that is sacred to you, that you are being guided down. Movement is reversed here. So again, exercise is coming up heavy. It is a really good way to transmute aggression, transmute energy, transmute thought patterns. And also, once you kind of clear that cache, it kind of almost slows down the brain a little bit so you can absorb what you need to absorb, the important pieces. So you're being called to do that as well. And, oh, dragonflies. The Knight of Dragonflies came up. These are just 2 cards that were stuck in the deck, and it's a 6 as well. So 5s and 6s are going to be relevant for you. So I was also called to pull out, cards are flying everywhere, to pull out the Cries of the Soul deck, which is trauma healing, typically. Things that are blockages for us that we need to transmute and overcome. And I want to know what some of those still are for you. Oh. Lack of self-love. I love myself for who I am today. So, Plutonium73, we've actually talked about this. There's nothing wrong with you. You are you. You are your own person. You are an individual, sovereign person from everybody that you were raised around, everybody you grew up with, every soul you come across. There is no reason not to love exactly who you are as a person. You are individual to you. You are not supposed to be like the rest. You don't follow the crowd. You are worthy of loving yourself for all your quirks, all your qualms, all your differences. And I know this sounds cliche, but the differences in you that aren't similarities to everyone else is what makes you special. It's where your gifts and your creative processes will really come into play. And what just came through the channel is like poetry. I don't know if you've ever, I'm sure you write in a journal. If you don't, it may be a really good idea for you. Poetry are like songs as a way to transmute your feelings, a way to express your emotions, whether you share them or not. It may be very healthy for you. Secrets. You've probably dealt with a lot of keeping other people's secrets as well, or keeping it secret what you really thought about situations because you felt like no one's going to listen to you anyways, no one's going to believe you anyways, no one's going to take you seriously. Journaling can help with this, especially when you don't have a lot of people to talk to. But it's also showing that as far as narcissistic faults and transgenerational karma, you're not sitting in that energy. So if it does make you feel better, even though you may hold guilt and remorse and sadness for past actions, just know you were trying to find yourself. We all dive off the path at some point. We all feel like we've made errors, and maybe we do make errors. You were put under pressure in a lot of situations. It's like people were poking a bear and putting the bear in the corner and poking it and then expecting the bear not to finally fight back. Spirit and your ancestors are almost asking you to forgive yourself for what you've done because you actively engage in the thought process of doing better and not returning to those pieces of you, not expressing or lashing out in those ways. And you're doing a very good job. And you're moving past the person you were 10 chapters ago, 12 chapters ago, 13 chapters ago. It's not the same book that you're writing, and it's not the same book you're going to write going forward. All right, so what else? Does your spirit team want you to know specifically? Endurance. Sun in Scorpio, and there is a Scorpio here. There may be a Scorpio in your life that comes into fruition or comes back around. Spirit is urging you to be cautious around this person. Hold balance, hold temperance. This can be very healing for you, but be very cautious of what you say. This person may be trying to get you to say something out of character, to prove a point that you are who you used to be, and you're not. So maintain balance, take no action, listen, observe, and don't take it to heart. Recognize who you are and what you hold. People are curious about you because you're changing so much. They're curious about who you are now, and you don't have to give them that. They don't hold any rights to know who you are now if they didn't want to be a part of your past and your up and coming.